Rain lashed against the windshield, blurring the desolate highway ahead. Ethan gripped the steering wheel, knuckles white. Wind howled like a banshee, buffeting the car. Each gust shook the vehicle, threatening to rip it from the asphalt. He was late, later than he'd ever been. But this storm, it was like nothing he'd driven through before. Ethan squinted, trying to see through the deluge. The radio crackled, spouting gibberish before succumbing to static. He felt a chill, and it wasn't just the cold from the faulty heater. There was something deeply unsettling about the storm, a malevolence that seemed to seep into the car with the icy drafts. A sputtering cough from the engine made Ethan's heart jump. He tapped the gas pedal, but the engine only whined in protest. The car lurched once, twice, then died. Silence heavier than the storm's roar descended. Panic tightened its grip. Ethan fumbled for his phone, but the screen remained stubbornly dark. No signal. Of course, he was stranded, miles from anything resembling civilization. Ethan took a shaky breath, trying to rein in the fear threatening to consume him. He had to think, had to act. He couldn't just sit here in the dark. Through the driving rain, a pinpoint of light flickered in the distance. Hope, fragile as a newborn bird, fluttered in his chest. There had to be a house, a farm, anything. He grabbed his jacket, throwing it on as he pushed open the car door. The wind tore at him, icy rain stinging his face. He slammed the door shut, the sound swallowed by the storm's fury. With each step towards the light, the wind seemed to whisper a warning, urging him to turn back. But the light beckoned, a lifeline in the overwhelming darkness. The house loomed before him, a skeletal silhouette against the raging sky. It was a Victorian monstrosity, all gables and dormers, with paint peeling like scabs. The porch sagged, threatening to collapse in on itself. The single light, emanating from a window to the left of the door, seemed at odds with the decaying grandeur of the place. Hesitantly, Ethan climbed the creaking steps. He raised a hand, rapping on the door. The sound echoed through the house, hollow and unanswered. He tried the handle. To his surprise, it turned, the door groaning open on rusted hinges. Dust motes danced in the single ray of light that pierced the oppressive darkness within. The air hung heavy, thick with the scent of damp wood and something else, something akin to decay. Ethan stepped inside, his footsteps loud in the unnerving silence. The house felt empty, yet strangely expectant, as if it had been waiting. He took another step, then another, drawn deeper into the house's embrace. That's when he heard it, a whisper, soft and chilling, coming from the darkness at the back of the room. "Get out." Ethan froze, heart pounding in his chest. He strained to hear over the storm's roar, but the whisper came again, clearer this time. "Get out, while you still can." His gaze darted to the source of the voice, a high-backed armchair shrouded in shadow. He took a step closer, his hand reaching out for the light switch. As his fingers brushed the cold plastic, the shadows in the room seemed to writhe, twisting into grotesque shapes. The temperature plummeted, a wave of icy air washing over him. Ethan flicked the switch, but the bulb remained stubbornly dark. The shadows danced closer, swirling around him like phantoms. He could feel their cold touch on his skin, their silent whispers slithering into his ears. Panic welled up, choking him. He had to get out, now! He turned, stumbling back towards the door. But the hallway, once clear, was now blocked by a wall of impenetrable darkness. The shadows had trapped him. They pressed closer, their whispers growing louder, more insistent. The shadows parted, revealing a figure standing in the center of the room. Tall and skeletal, with eyes that burned like hot coals, it smiled. A slow, chilling stretching of lips over teeth filed to sharp points. Ethan staggered back, fear paralyzing him. The figure took a step forward, its voice a low, guttural growl. "You should have listened," it hissed, its words echoing the whisper from the chair. "No one leaves Widow's Hill." As darkness consumed him, Ethan understood. He hadn't stumbled upon refuge. He had walked into a trap.